What even was supposed to be east? Is it maybe higher, or is it there? We'll try to hit every possible spot. The fight. These are Faculty's engines, and the blue one is a dreadnought. The dreadnought, I think, is loyal to the Queen. Oh. I thought we could. Well, shoot. Okay, the more I think about it, the more I realize it should be somewhere there. Okay, we are not going to join that fight. I would like not to take collateral. Okay. I just want to see whether there's an opening there. Alright, I can... okay. I can either push the button for the engines and... what's the word? And hold it. Or I can just tap another button. Okay, so there is a way there. A low chuntering. The throaty grumble of sleeping cantankerry. Okay, let's not go that way. We've seen one already. Although I guess we could make money killing them. I don't know if we would make much money, but... is that... okay, it's in the background. I was not sure at all. Okay, I sent the scout on accident. I did find something, Jesus. I'm just ready to dodge. He's not even shooting. What are you doing? Huh? We can bot them. To the victor, the spoils. The crew of the marauder lie dead in the corridor, killed not by your guns, but knives and small arms fire. The only survivor is the captain, locked in the brig with a bottle of brandy. Chalk eyes stare back from every wall. When he ran out of chalk, he began scraping them in with his fingernails. Little remains of them but bloodied stumps. Ew. Seen this before, Captain? Says a crew member, grasping your arm. Sky madness. Magdalenes can treat it if you can be bothered to take the poor sod. Well, we do have to go back there eventually. I don't know why I would want to treat him, but maybe there's something for me in it. I'm not exactly a philanthropist, okay? Bring the poor fellow on board. The high wilderness is cruel. This could easily be you one day. Okay. The crew wrap the sky-maddened captain in blankets, then secure them tightly with belts. It takes 4 to transport him safely to your locomotive. He might not be happy restrained, but it should keep him from harm until you get him to Magdalenes. Magdalenes lies to the southeast of New Winchester. No shit. The captain secured, you have a moment to see whether there's anything of worth on his locomotive, before abandoning it to the wilderness. I have no reason to repair my hull, so we will just loot the hold. What should it be? Supplies, please. Oh, we got ours. It takes a wrench and your strongest docker to lever off the lid. When at last the crate opens with a heavy thud, your crew gasp. Inside, the lustrous saltine crystals of ground hours, mined and refined for commercial use. This is the final product of London's greatest and most precious enterprise. Okay, do we have something there? My terror meter is lighting all over. Why? I feel so safe in here. Oh, that's a wreck. Another scarred casualty of the interminable Winchester War. The wreck gleams with frost. Its windows are dark, its engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within? We could enter through the yawning tear in the hull, mourn the dead, or leave the wreck untouched. I would expect mourning the dead to get my terror down, but it's not critical right now. The damage is so extensive that the whole chassis is on the verge of collapse. Tread lightly. We have a 40% chance of success. I'm gonna have to take a pause here. Okay, we're back. Right, so I had to choose between these options, and I think I'm gonna do that one, although it is risky, and we are not in too good a situation already. That's gonna be fine. It's a 40% chance of success. We basically succeed every time, right? The damage is so extensive that the whole chassis is on the verge of collapse. Tread lightly. Wreck and ruin. As you clamber through the hole, your lamps reveal uncanny marks around it. Were they caused by ricocheting shrapnel or by vast teeth? Your boarding party's search is unsurprisingly hurried. They retrieve only handfuls of valuables before the hull's groans encourage them to return to your vessel. Not all of them make it. The wreck buckles with a shriek that might have issued from the throat of hell and spins apart. Gee, the consequences are dire actually. You've gained 15 terror, so we've doubled what we had. 30 sovereigns, which is not even 1 unit of supplies. 1 tale of terror, which I think is a good thing actually. And then you've lost 2 crew out of our 10 crew. I will let no one say I'm not a good captain. Okay, so I'd like that terror to go down. I mean, the only reason it's going up should be that, I don't know, because we're in a cold region? Or because we are far from the ports? I'm not too sure. Yes, that's the place. Okay, so if we are lucky, it's right there. I hope. Well, it does not appear that we've been lucky. I will send the scouts, although our supplies are extremely low. It found something, okay. Whoa, that's a cantankerary. I do not know that I can take it on, but I do like pushing my luck. Did hit it. Come back. It's dead already, okay. The cantankerous are lumbering half-fossilized isopods. We have read that already. What can we do? Prize precious stones from its carapace. Carapace. I'll retrieve a stony organ, which I believe is the option we chose. It is the one that has the highest chance of success, or we could just try to gain some sovereigns, which, considering our situation, could be the right call. Also, I'm not too sure what uncanny specimens do. I do know that if I fail, I do get the uncanny specimen, but I lose crew. Okay, so I think this is about to become a recurring joke on this show. Fuck the crew. That's a success. The return with the glistening ovoid gland. Its consistency is somewhere between muscle and marble. I'm almost disappointed. There is something here. When we found the port, it was already tagged as a port, so I'm not certain this would be it. And if it's not, well, supplies are gonna be critically low. What is that? There was something up the screen, right? What ruins are locked in the ice? Their staircases leading nowhere. I had a friend climb one of them stairs, an engineer claims. Didn't come down again though. Desolation of Salibu. We are going. I do not think we are fighting this. Although. Shoot. I do not think beginners are supposed to be here. A growing unease. Patience erodes. Tempers fray. Well, it got our terror higher. The engine's headlights glow like a ghost upon the icy mists. I like pushing my luck, but this was much bigger than our locomotive. I got intimidated by sheer size. That's just... okay, I don't think there's anything there. Well, we should be able to get back to New Winchester, but even nothing on the way. Right. Maybe it was as close as there, I don't know. Oh. There was a horror. Was it the thing we saw? Probably. And we still don't know what that was. I think let's just go there. And if it's not it, we see that there's an opening there, so we'll be able to go back to New Winchester. It's gonna be bad for our business because we don't really have money to buy both supplies and merchandise, but... I don't think we have too much of a choice here. And I sure hope supplies bar hitting 0 is still gonna provide us with a whole bar of supplies. Because if it does not, we're gonna have a little starvation issue, I'm afraid. Ah, that's okay. We've little food left now. Soon hunger will begin to bite. It's a Takati. They seem to have issues. Do we push our luck with our whole lot of zero supplies? Oh, of course we do. Come on. What are you doing? I was not to blame there in the slightest. I should have anticipated me making a U-turn without warning whatsoever. Oh. All your foods don't belong to us. That's the same thing. Well, you know how this goes. Partial success, okay. You lead the boarding party into the groaning hull. You need to be quick. It sounds like it could tear itself apart at any moment. Insulated in your sky suits, lamp held high, you lead them towards the galley to scavenge supplies, the magazine to retrieve munitions, okay, the captain's quarters to get something unusual, the crew quarters to find some valuables, or the engine room. We need supplies. Excuse me, I lost one crew again. You seize tinned food and a crate of unrecognizable vegetables, frozen hard. No sooner are you back aboard than the wreck breaks apart, spilling its remaining contents into the sky. It's only then that a head count reveals your one shot. We gain terror. That's... It's not an end. Oh, so it should lead here to Magdalene's, right? We expect so. The edge of the wilderness, surveilled by the vigilant watchtowers of New Winchester. Incautious driver, is that? No, it's slightly different from the one I crashed into. You can dock here. This is a homestead. Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. You sit down beside a cold, silent homestead. The windows are boarded, the door locked, but the foliage in the garden hasn't grown wild. It was abandoned in a hurry, and recently. We could just leave or search it. Of course we will search it. That's a failure. We got some terror. A final inhabitant. The house is empty, except for a stinking corpse laid out on the kitchen table. The tablecloth rapidly discoloring. Not too sure about the pronunciation. Has been laid over it for modesty. Boxes under the table contain old crockery, which must have been imported through the avid horizon in the first days of the Empire's expansion. We got some nostalgic crockery, which I think is a sellable, and 10 terror. We will send the scout away. I would like to find a new port to reduce terror. It found nothing. It's useless. But we do now have excess supplies, so we will send the scout again. I just don't know, should we go further before we do it? Let's just do it. It found something, okay. Rumors of mutiny. A pistol has vanished from the armory. Knives are disappearing. The signs of insurrection. Conduct an investigation to find the parties responsible. I really have no clue why they would want to mount a mutiny against me as captain. I mean, I do everything for my crew. Find the parties responsible and dispose of them, or do nothing. Lower terror, but increase nightmares. Nightmares. Lowering the terror would be quite welcome. But what's that about nightmares? It sounds more insidious. Probably worse, actually. Then again, our mirrors are not good enough for that challenge. We have 36% chance of success. Okay, let's go with these nightmares. That way we will know what nightmares do. You do not punish your crew or turn one against another. They know you know of their schemes and find your eerie calm unsettling. The mutinous incidents cease for now. Have the mutineers changed their mind, or are they biding their time? Is there a pistol under a pillow waiting for a chance to end you? As you attend to your paperwork, you feel the insistent crawl of watchful eyes on the back of your neck. No one is behind you. It would be impossible, ridiculous, to even entertain the notion that someone is behind you. We could ignore the sensation as best as we can, or turn our head. If we turn our head, we would be acknowledging that it's possible that someone's behind you, which it isn't, so you won't. Who is spying on you while you work? I think line 1 likely has a possible ending that includes me having a bullet up my neck. And line 2, I would expect to up my terror or my nightmares. We will turn our head. As it turns out, there is no one there, just an empty room and a window offering a view onto the star-sprinkled void. Is someone clinging to the hull outside, peeking through the window? Surely not. Yet when you return to your paperwork, you once again feel watched. Shutter the window, it can't hurt. Stare out the window, or get back to work. Something's watching still. Something's watching. Is it still, as in it has not ended, or is it still, it's watching and it's not moving? Option 1, I guess? Perhaps you should just try to ignore it, though it itches like a rash. Is it about the staring into space thing? And if I stare out of it, then I'll get sky mad? I think I will shutter the window. When you close the blinds, you feel a momentary relief. It doesn't last. The sense of scrutiny returns, crushing and inescapable, until you drop your pen and reach for the whiskey. Yes, that would be the solution to that problem. Definitely. You've gained 5 terror. That's not good whiskey. Or not good enough whiskey. Okay. Lights in the distance. Alright, they're talking about New Winchester again. That's a Takati again. Let's watch out. These guys don't know how to drive around me. They don't know how to drive, period. What is that? 10 hull points. Well, that's pretty good. I think we are going back to New Winchester. Is that... That is not background, in fact. I'm glad I stopped.